Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma, and this is our daily editorial analysis. Good morning, Abhinav, Tanu, Preeti, Simrella, Achal. Can you hear and see me clearly, everyone? In the app as well as on YouTube. Good morning. Very good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mahita. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. I'm absolutely great today. I hope all of you are doing good too. Hi, Movish, Shriya, Ishan. Can you hear and see me clearly? Yes, audible and visible. Okay, so आज क्या करेंगे क्लास में? जल्दी से देखते हैं. दो आर्टिकल्स है, ठीक है? दो आर्टिकल्स में से the first article that I bought is from the Indian Express. No, the first article is not from the Indian Express. No, sorry. The first article is from the Hindu and the second article is from the TOI. Okay, and जो हिंदू का आर्टिकल है, इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पीस ऑफ आर्टिकल जो आजकल बहुत रेयरली मिलता है हिंदू में फॉर सम रीजन. पॉलिटिकल नहीं है बिल्कुल भी, लॉ रिलेटेड है. यू गोना हैव फन रीडिंग दैट. एंड द सेकंड आर्टिकल इज फ्रॉम द टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, सो वेरी लाइकली नन ऑफ यू हैव रेड दैट आर्टिकल, बट कभी कभी टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में अच्छे आर्टिकल्स आते हैं, सो आई विल नॉट मिस एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू टेक दैट. We'll take out the vocabulary from both the articles. We'll try to memorize that. In the end, we'll be discussing the tone of the author. अच्छा, एक बात बताओ, टोन ऑफ द ऑथर इतने टाइम से कर रहे हैं, जो ओपन ऑल इंडिया एलेट पैटर्न वर्क हुआ था उसमें टोन ऑफ द ऑथर का क्वेश्चन आया था. सही हुआ ये सबका? डिड यू गेट इट करेक्ट? जहां सिंपल एंड ह्यूमरस वाज द आंसर. डिड यू गेट दिस करेक्ट? गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. No, Ragini, it's not buffering. Is it still buffering? Doesn't look like that. My internet speed is up. Let me check my speed. Is it still buffering? Oh भाई 145 की स्पीड आ रही है बच्चे. बफर होना नहीं चाहिए. 300 की स्पीड है अपलोड स्पीड. बच्चे बफर नहीं होना चाहिए. एक बार चेक करके बताइए अभी भी बफर हो रहा है क्या? रागिनी, इज इट स्टिल बफरिंग? अच्छा, वो सही हुआ, गलत हुआ अश्मिता. श्रेया, इट्स नॉट हॉट हियर. द प्लेस आई एम इन, इट्स वेरी प्लेजेंट. माहिता, एक बार फिर से कंफर्म करो, इज इट स्टिल बफरिंग इन द ऐप? बिकॉज मुझे बिल्कुल सही दिखा रहा है ऐप में सब कुछ. Mahita and Ragini, is it still buffering there? जल्दी से एक बार कंफर्म कर दो. गुड मॉर्निंग निकिता. गुड मॉर्निंग अंशुल. ओके, हाँ कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आ रहा ऐप में. लुक्स लाइक इट्स बफरिंग इन द ऐप. ओके, इट्स गुड नाउ. ओके, ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करते हैं. ऑल राइट. No, it's not buffering in the app now. ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करते हैं. So I'm assuming we've been doing tone of the author for quite some time now, and I hope you got the question in the All India Open ALET mock correct on the tone of the author. थोड़ा carefully आंसर करना चाहिए था वो क्वेश्चन अगर आपका गलत हुआ, because that was the only tricky question there. If you haven't seen the analysis, please do that. कल मैंने English section half section का analysis दिया था. Remaining half probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'm going to take that. In the end, I expect you to write down the summary under my video in the comment section. I'll check each of the comments. And towards the end of the class, we'll see today's Hindu Indian Express Aeon, and we'll see what are the important articles we need to read today and what are the articles we can give a miss to. Okay, so Prayagraj, sab jagah garmi ho rahi, sab Bangalore aa jao. It's so pleasant here. I'll tell you how pleasant is that. In the night, we turn the fan on at 1 and we still take a blanket. Are you jealous? You should be. Let's look at the words from today's articles. Slide number 1. Bangalore has beautiful weather, and this weather stays throughout the year, and that's why I love the city. The first word that we have is content. So when it's like a competition, okay? So a contender, what does a contender do? He gets into an argument or probably fights against you. So to contend is to get into an argument, argue against something is to contend. So he contends that the judge was wrong. He argues against the judge. And that is why it is in a contending position. Okay, that's the first word that we have. Yes, Ishan, inshallah, bilkul आओगे. ओके आगे चले. हो गया वेदर अपडेट थ्रू आउट द कंट्री. आपकी सिटी का, मेरे सिटी का. आगे देखते हैं. ऑगर अच्छा आर्ग्यूअर. ओके सॉरी, यस ऑगर नहीं होगा, आर्ग्यूअर होगा. सॉरी आई डिड नॉट रीड इट प्रॉपर्ली. आई थिंक आई नीड माई स्पेक्स. थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है मुझे. यस सो ऑगर नहीं होगा. आगे बढ़ते हैं, देखते हैं. ठीक है, राइवल्स, कंटेंडर, आर्ग्यूअर, assert, all of that. Okay. ठीक है, next one. Give me a second, guys. एक मिनट दीजिए बच्चे. Hi, Gulshan. Next word. Crop up. Crop up is to actually sprout या फिर suddenly appear करना. Okay? जब वो notice में नहीं था, suddenly it starts coming up. So, for example, disputes, they suddenly start cropping up. They suddenly start appearing. Some urgent business has cropped up. मतलब एक urgent काम आ गया, class end करनी पड़ेगी. Crop up is suddenly appear होना. Okay? Suddenly come to notice also is to crop up. Next word is infringes. You will know this very clearly. अरे भाई श्रेष्ठा, इंशाअल्लाह बोलो, जय श्री राम बोलो, जो भी बोलो, है तो एक ही ना ऊपर वाला. एक ही है ना. तो आप राम को मानो या अल्लाह को मानो, ऊपर वाला जरूर आपकी इच्छा पूरी करेगा. आप बैंगलोर में जाओगे. मेहनत करते रहो, बस इतना ध्यान देना है. ओके, ये बातें नहीं करेंगे हम क्लास में. गुड मॉर्निंग गरिमा, स्तुति. ओके आगे बढ़ते हैं. इन अ नटशेल, okay, yes, infringes is breaching or violations. Exactly. Yes, breaching or violation or breaking a law is infringement. Correct, that's infringement. नीति, I don't know ये क्यों. बच्चे एक मिनट दीजिए मुझे वीडियो टीम से बात करने दीजिए. एक मिनट दीजिए मुझे. Video team, could you please check why is my session buffering in the app? Give me 1 minute, guys. ठीक है. Video team, if you could quickly check why is it buffering in the app, I'll continue with my class. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, देखते हैं. Next word. So infringement is violation of a right. Making another unauthorized copy would infringe copyright, that is violate the copyright. Next word, detrimental. Anything that's harmful is detrimental. So pollution is detrimental for our health, it's harmful for our health. Consuming tobacco is detrimental, harmful. So recent policies have been detrimental to the interest. It is not beneficial, it is harmful for the interest of many old people. Next word is mending. Mending is ठीक करना चीजों को. कुछ फट गया उसको ठीक कर देना, सिल देना उसको. कोई फ्रेंड से लड़ाई हो गई तो उसको मेंड करोगे, जाके सॉरी बोलोगे, you'll hug it out. So mending is fixing things up. not necessarily sewing, but it could be fixing it up. Anything that is either broken or destroyed. A muddle of books and mending. Okay, so you're basically fixing it up. Okay, detrimental can be deterrent, destructive. Yes, obnoxious is the related one. Adverse is detrimental, correct. Yes, exactly. Merge can be mending. Repair is mending actually. Yes, repairing is mending. That's correct. Restore can also be mending. Religious violence is absolutely detrimental for the society. Shakshi, I'll 120% agree with you. Detrimental is an extreme word. Yes, it is. Not an extreme, it's a negative word. It is not extreme, it's a negative one. Okay? So repairing is a synonym to mending. आगे देखते हैं नेक्स्ट स्लाइड नंबर 1 जल्दी से स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो सब लोग. सो माय वीडियो टीम सेज ऐप पे बच्चों को बोल दो वाईटी पे अटेंड कर ले, स्टूडियो से इशू है. इन द ऐप, लेट मी राइट दिस डाउन. ओके, डन. आगे देखते हैं नेक्स्ट स्लाइड नंबर 2. इंपेरेटिव, ये हमने इतनी बार किया है क्लासेस में. We've done it like hundreds of times. So imperative is completely necessary. It's needed, much needed. Okay? 10 दिन में ही सारा खत्म कर दिया, अब क्या करूं? प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर 10 दिन में खत्म किया क्यों? That's the whole point. But हो गया है खत्म, तो प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर सॉल्व कीजिए. I hope you haven't done all of that. 2007 onwards सारे पेपर सॉल्व. 2007 से पहले जब NLS नालसर इंडिविजुअल पेपर लेते थे वो वाले सॉल्व कीजिए. There's a lot of data available for solving. Okay? Sewing is not related to mending. It is, Utkarsh. It obviously is an example of mending. Not necessarily sewing. कोई भी चीज को ठीक करना is mending. अब आप कोई चीज फट गई उसको सू कर रहे हो तो वो भी मेंडिंग हो गया. कोई रिलेशनशिप खराब हो गया आप उसको ठीक करो तो वो भी मेंडिंग हो सकता है. ओके, इंपेरेटिव इज वाइटल, क्रूशियल, नीडेड, प्रोमिनेंट, रिस्टोर, फ्यूल. फ्यूल नहीं होगा, नो नॉट फ्यूल. एमिनेंट, यस. ओके, so that's imperative. Next word, precision, comes from the word precise. Precise is accurate and exact. So precisely the answer would be A. If we say that accurately and exactly, the answer would be A. That is precision. So the deal was planned and executed with military precision. So the military was very accurate and very exact with the planning and execution. So very appropriate, exact and accurate would be precision. Cornerstone for imperative, yes, Tuti, absolutely. Vital, essential, pivotal, yes, Mobis, all are synonyms to imperative. Correct. All right. So, next word. Brief, इसका एक related term है. Okay. Proliferation भी हमने, we've done it so many times. So, proliferation is rapid increment in something. Is proliferating, increasing very fast. So the continuing threat of nuclear proliferation, that is probably the nuclear weapons, are increasing in numbers throughout the world. Many countries are making nuclear weapons. Some countries are using a threat that we will use nuclear weapon if you don't succumb. किसका example चल रहा है यहाँ? That's proliferation. Rapid increment is proliferation. Okay? प्रिसिशन को आप अप्रोप्रिएट एंड परफेक्ट भी बोल सकते हो. ओके, यस. सो प्रोलिफरेशन कैन बी अपटेक, बूस्ट, सर्ज. यस, करेक्ट. सर्ज, यस. I see so many new people today in the class. Maybe you've changed your IDs or maybe you're new. Okay. So, of course, Rasha. आगे चलते हैं. Modalities. So, existing in a specific mode. Okay, that is modality. किस mode में exist करता है, क्या तरीके में exist करता है, वो उसकी modality होती है. So, slide number 2. जल्दी से screenshot ले लो. Could you guess what the second article is about? Spike, expedite, yes, Movies, these are synonyms to proliferation. Mushrooming, yes, Arshia, very good, very good. Burgeoning, snowballing for proliferation, very good, excellent. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let us start with the first article. What are okay, no, but before that, if you're targeting CLAT 2022, a brand new batch has been launched. Look no further, जल्दी से enroll कर लो, लेट हो जाओगे नहीं तो, लेट नहीं करना है. लेट करोगे तो आप ही सफर करोगे. जितनी जल्दी एनरोल करोगे उतना इजी होगा आपके लिए क्लियर करना एग्जामिनेशन. डोंट बी लेट, रश अप, एनरोल योरसेल्फ राइट अवे. स्पीक टू आवर काउंसलर्स ऑन दिस नंबर टू नो मोर अबाउट द program. Study from the expert guidance, under the expert guidance of NLU alumni. There are many tests and sectional tests and mock tests coming up. जल्दी से enroll करो. What are competitive laws? चलो बातें करते हैं थोड़ी देर. What are competitive laws? आप बताइए मुझे, ठीक है. What are competitive laws? और यूएसए में ये किस नाम से है पता है आप लोगों को? What name, under what name is this law present in USA? What are competitive laws? Let me see if you read the newspaper regularly. Thank you. Thank you, Vishal. What are competitive laws? What do you understand? Neeti, please join the YouTube. Yeah, what are competitive laws? Antitrust laws, exactly. Yes, exactly. So, antitrust laws, yes, that's the name in USA. And hota kya? This is from the Hindu. Hota kya hai? What is this competitive law? What is the purpose of having a competitive law? What does it do? We'll talk about the IPR later on because हमने IPR पे इतना discussion किया था when the COVID vaccination came into existence, है ना? So IPR की हम बाद में बात करेंगे. Let's talk about competitive law. It promotes competitiveness in the market and it lessens the chances of monopolistic market. Correct. Absolutely correct. So antitrust laws basically ensure that there is a healthy competition going on in the market. Now, let's read the first page and then I'll ask you about your ideas and I'll ask you about the examples that come to your mind. So, एक होता है competitive law that ensures there's a healthy competition going on in the market and there's no stringent and extreme monopolistic market that functions. Plus then there is intellectual property. Intellectual property right is एक होती है physical property. जैसे ये, this is my own property, I own this. And then there is intellectual property. There's an idea that I have in my mind. So I'll get that registered, patented. So nobody else can use it. So intellectual property हमने बहुत बार discuss किया था when we spoke about the vaccinations that started off and then we asked for rebate and we asked for lesser of cost for getting these intellectual property rights into our country for manufacturing of vaccinations. So I'm sure IPR आपको पता होगा. IPR is a budding legal perspective that's coming up. I am sure after 5 years I'll see a lot of you working for IPR as well as competitive laws. Now, through the world of consumer technology, though the world of consumer technology is bustling with electronic goods, बहुत सारी चीजें electronic goods, for example, a vacuum cleaner. Let's understand that, okay? Options to get them repaired are getting fewer. Why? Why would options to get them repaired would get fewer? The reason is that, okay, good morning, Bittu. Good morning, everyone who's joined me late. Promotes to and seeks to maintain market competition by regulating anti-competitive conducts by companies. Absolutely. It ensures that there is no anti-competitive conduct happening in the market. So these laws ensure that. Okay, exactly. That's the purpose. Now, what happens? That the options to repair them are getting fewer because there are examples. जैसे मैंने एक product बनाया, एक vacuum cleaner. So there are spare parts in the vacuum cleaner which will not be available in the market and there will not be ample of service centers in the market. Only and only authorized service centers would be there. So for example है Philips का vacuum cleaner है. तो सिर्फ Philips के ही ऐसे सर्विस सेंटर्स होंगे जो उसको रिपेयर कर सकते हैं, प्रोडक्ट भी सिर्फ वही देंगे, स्पेयर पार्ट्स भी वही देंगे. Thus, the options to get them repaired are getting fewer and fewer because of lack of expertise, because of the intellectual property rights that they hold, or then all of this intellectual property rights, they go against the competitive laws. They go against the antitrust laws. Repairing is becoming unreasonably expensive or pretty much impossible because of technology becoming obsolete. Read the whole page and tell me which brand comes to your mind first after you read this page. I'll wait and watch. Exactly, Sakhi. What brand comes to your mind? Read this. I'll give you 1 minute. Exactly, Tanu. Shafi, that's exactly what came to my mind. Yes, Shakshi. Oh, all of you. Apple. Absolutely. So, the funda is simple. Repair कराना है, हमसे कराओ. कहीं और से कराओगे, तो वारंटी खत्म हो जाएगी. This same concept goes with many cars. आप अगर कार की इंजन का काम करवाते हो, if you go and get your engine repaired for a car, and if you get it repaired from a non-authorized center, from a local mechanic, the brand of the car the car belongs to would not entertain you because they say आपने कहीं और से repair कराया, now we are not liable for the warranty. So the simple example is Apple. The parts are so expensive, the parts become obsolete क्योंकि जैसे ही एक नया मॉडल लॉन्च होता है, पुराना मॉडल obsolete हो जाता है. So either the parts are obsolete, they are not available. If they are available, they are so expensive. And once you get them repaired from a local market, the warranty expires. So Apple or for example any other car manufacturer would say, we will not entertain you because you did not abide by our rules and regulations. क्या ये सब competitive laws के against है? Partially, yes. हमारे country में the competitive laws aren't as stringent as they are in other countries. Companies avoid the publication of manuals. Of course, वो आपको manuals नहीं देंगे, खुद कैसे repair कर लो. So once I was fixing my washing machine and I did it on my own, and there was something that was still pending. So I called the mechanic and he asked me कौन सा mechanic आके करके गया. And I told him I did it on my own. He said, how can you even do it because there's no manual? So थोड़ा सा भी science आता ना तो आप कर सकते हो ये. But then since there are no manuals, you can't do it on your own. We are helpless. Manufacturers have proprietary control over spare parts. They will not sell it anywhere else, and most firms refuse to make their products compatible with those of the other firms. Of course, एक common product नहीं निकालेंगे. जैसे एक product है, spare part है, वो सारे electronic device में use हो सकता है, वो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे. They'll make it unique. और फिर वो सिर्फ अपने shops में sell करेंगे, so that you can't go anywhere else. Planned obsolescence result in product breaking down too soon. Perfect example of Apple. इतनी जल्दी नए phones निकालना that the older product will this is planned, that the older product has to become obsolete. तभी तो नया फोन खरीदोगे तुम, नहीं तो क्यों नया फोन खरीदोगे? And buying a replacement is often cheaper and easier than repairing them. तो ultimately बंदा सोचता है अरे रिपेयर कराऊंगा, स्क्रीन नहीं खरीदने जाऊंगा, फोन की टूट गई है, इससे बढ़िया नया फोन ही खरीद लो, इतनी एक्सपेंसिव स्क्रीन है, कहीं और से लगवा नहीं सकता हूँ स्क्रीन क्योंकि वारंटी खत्म हो जाएगी. So I'll probably go and buy a new phone altogether. Yes, I'll repeat. So, Sakhi, the aim of a competitive law is to ensure that there's fair competition and it also ensures multiple things. It ensures there's no monopoly in the market. Monopoly का example यहाँ हुआ, जैसे तुमको सिर्फ मुझसे ही सर्विस करवानी पड़ेगी, तुमको सिर्फ मुझसे ही स्पेयर पार्ट खरीदना पड़ेगा, ये मोनोपोलिस्टिक हो गया. So, competitive law का पर्पस होता है इंश्योर करना कि हर एक पर्सन को free right है in the market to buy any spare part from any place that he wants to. That is a perfect example of a competitive law. It ensures that किसी को monopoly नहीं मिल रही है, चाहे spare parts में हो, चाहे products में हो. This is the purpose of competitive law. Okay? All right. So आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है. However, the trend is changing in several parts of the world, not India, but other parts. Apple recently announced that consumers will have the right to purchase spare components of their products following an order of the Federal Trade Commission of the US. So US ने straighten up किया, कहता है Apple ये क्या हो रहा है? You can't do this. The customer has the right to buy spare products from anywhere, which directs manufacturers to remedy unfair anti-competitive practices and ask them to make sure that the consumer can make repairs either themselves or by a third-party agency. So basically, US ensured that if an Apple product goes bad, either you give them a manual, the consumer a manual that the consumer can repair the product on its own, or go to a third party. It doesn't necessarily have to come to you because your products are expensive. Your services are expensive. So the customer has a right here. The momentum is, however, not so strong in India. We know that. All of us know that. The rationale behind the right to repair. I have a right to repair something either on my own or going to a third party. What is the reason behind that? The reason is that the individual who purchases a product must own it completely. So, agar mera product hai, if I have a phone, I have the right to repair it on my own. अगर आपने खोल लिया कहीं और तो एप्पल उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा, ये तो किसी लोकल मार्केट में खुला हुआ है, हम इसको नहीं ठीक करेंगे. I have a right to repair it on my own or going to a third party. That because I own it completely, I will decide what to do with it. And you have to deal with my tantrums here. This implies that apart from being able to use the product, consumers must be able to repair and modify the product in the way they want to. Cars में भी यही होता है. So if you modify it the way you want to, the brands of the cars would not accept the services of it, would not accept any faults that happen. But if I own the product, I have the right to use it, to modify it or to repair it. ये basic fundamental होता है behind the right to repair, the reasoning behind the right to repair. The absence of repair manuals means that manufacturers hold near monopoly over repair workshop. Of course, कोई manual नहीं दिया आपको कैसे repair करना है किसी चीज को. So of course repair कहाँ कराओगे आप? Monopoly हो जाती है आपके पास. Exactly, Samsung too. Exactly. Exactly, Stuti. Absolutely correct. These are the basic fundamental rights of a consumer. But हमारे country में थोड़ा missing है ये चीज. Now, what happens? The absence of repair manuals, because you don't have a manual and the manufacturer hold near monopoly over the repair workshop, तुमको मेरे पास ही आना पड़ेगा. That charges the consumer exorbitant prices. और जो मैं charge करूंगा उतना pay करना पड़ेगा. तभी तो मैंने आज तक Apple नहीं लिया. Never. Probably I never would as well. Tech giants contend that the security and privacy concerns may crop up if products based on technology patented by them are opened up by third parties. So ये उनका reason है. For tech giant कौन है यहाँ Apple है. They say कोई और थर्ड पार्टी ओपन करेगा सो हमारी privacy वायलेट हो सकती है, हमारा जो पेटेंट है IPR है वो वायलेट हो जाएगा, हम ओन करते हैं वो राइट, तो हमको ये राइट भी मिलना चाहिए ना, हम क्यों कॉम्प्रोमाइज करें अपनी सिक्योरिटी पे. However, many countries have taken initiatives, adopted policies and even tried to enact legislation that recognizes the right to repair to reduce electronic waste. How do you reduce electronic waste? By ensuring right to repair. Who will answer this? By ensuring the right to repair, how can a government ensure reduction in electronic waste? Who will tell me this? Absolutely, Saki, that's the reason. But how can a government ensure reduction in electronic waste? By giving the citizens right to repair. How? Who will answer this question? Gulshan, question answer खेलना है, answer करो. Nobody? Exactly. You will not throw the products away. Instead, you would repair them at cheaper cost. Otherwise, you would throw the phone away because the servicing and the repairing is so expensive. It's better to buy a new one. So instead of just throwing it away and not using it, you reduce the electronic waste by providing the customer the right to repair either on your own or from a third party. Absolutely. Exactly. So if you repair it or modify it from anywhere, they would consider your device to be useless. है ना? Monopoly on repairing processes infringes the customer's right to choose as well. Right to choose क्या है? कहाँ से repair कराना ये मेरा right है. My right to choose is violated if there's a monopolistic market, recognized by the Consumer Protection Act 2019. Consumer dispute jurisprudence in the country has also partially acknowledged the right to repair. So, right to choose, right to repair. I'm sure you understand what is right to repair. मैं खुद repair कर रहा हूँ, ये third party से कर रहा हूँ. Right to choose भी, again, मैं किससे repair कर रहा हूँ, ये मेरा right है. Okay? या मैं उसको modify कर रहा हूँ, ये मेरा right है. Now let's take an example of the Shamsher Kataria versus Honda CL cars in 2017 case में हुआ क्या था? The Competition Commission of India ruled that restricting the access of independent automobile repair units to spare parts कहीं और नहीं मिलेंगे, सिर्फ हम बेचेंगे, सिर्फ हमसे खरीदना है. So the rights were restricted by Honda, and by the way of an end user license agreement was anti-competitive. That is, आपने कहीं और से करा लिया, अपनी मशीन का काम, अपने इंजन का काम हम एंटरटेन नहीं करेंगे, आपकी वारंटी लैप्स हो जाएगी. That was the case here, and the court decided that it was anti-competitive. The CCI observed that the practice was detrimental to the consumer welfare, and finally Shamsher Kataria won the case against the Honda CL Cars Limited in 2017. But ये बहुत rare cases हमारे country में ऐसा होता नहीं है usually, because यहाँ आ जाता है IPR. So IPR says कि ये मेरा registered right है, ये मेरा intellectual property right है, and because मेरी privacy violate होती है अगर कोई और infringe करता है मेरे product के साथ, कोई third party उसमें meddle करता है या उसको open करता है, so I can't compromise on that. So there are two contrasting laws here, IPR versus the competition right. Competition laws. Some jurisdictions offer limited scope for exercising the right to repair. For instance, the Australian consumer law consumers have the right to request that certain goods be repaired if they break too easily or do not work properly. तो ये हमारे कंट्री में भी है कि ठीक है रिपेयर कर दो, जल्दी से टूट गया है, ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा, बट वो विद इन अ सर्टेन स्पेसिफाइड टाइम पीरियड ही होता है. 1 साल की गारंटी, 2 साल की वारंटी होता है ना कार्स में. So manufacturers must provide spare parts and repair facilities for a reasonable time. यूजुअली अ ईयर. गाड़ी खरीदने के 1 साल के अंदर कुछ खराब हो गया, इंजन का काम हो गया, तो वो वारंटी में आती है, वो ठीक हो जाती है. These repair facilities and spare parts are however not available after a specified time. और फिर आपको खरीदना है तो pay exorbitant price. You don't have a choice. क्या लिखा अमीन ने? Let me read. अमीन का मिस कैसे कर दिया मैंने? Right to repair will invariably result in people finding ways to repair their stuff rather than chucking in the bin. Very good, Amin. By the way, I have to tell you this, Amin, that you are one of the best performers in the class as well. I'm saying this in on a YouTube live, out of 70 people live. Did you like my session yet, everyone? Did you give me my Guru Dakshina? If you haven't done that yet, please do that right away. Share कर दो एक बार वीडियो और अभी नीचे कमेंट कर दो, मैम दिस इज द बेस्ट क्लास आई हैव एवर सीन, आई हैवंट स्टडीड फ्रॉम अ बेटर फैकल्टी देन यू आर. ऐसा लिख दो कुछ कुछ अभी. Oh, is it? I mean, that's interesting. I did not know that. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what happens next. Thank you everyone for liking and sharing and commenting if you've done that. Alright, so what happens? There is also no obligation to provide information or diagnostic tools that allow people to repair. Tools ही नहीं मिलेंगे, repair कैसे करेंगे? Independently आप कर ही नहीं सकते हो. सिर्फ लिमिटेड टाइम तक कर सकते हो जब तक आपकी वारंटी है. न्यू प्रोडक्ट है, गवर्नमेंट ने इंश्योर किया 1 साल तक सही फंक्शन करनी चाहिए, उसके बाद इट स्टॉप्स फंक्शनिंग. So then there are repair cafes in Australian system. What are these repair cafes? You would love the idea. These are pre-meeting places where volunteers come. They would fix anything. They would mend anything. It could be clothes, machinery, cars, anything. They are volunteers for free. So free meeting places where volunteers fixers gather to share their repairing skills with people who bring in items such as bikes, clothing, appliances, household goods that need mending. मेरी बेटी की साइकिल खराब हो जाती है तो मुझे 1 किलोमीटर ड्रैग करके उसको लेके जाना पड़ता है ठीक कराने के लिए. आप कार्स और एप्पल की बात कर रहे हो. I wish these repair cafes crop up in our country as well. The sessions are usually held on a regular basis in cafes, community centers, and at various venues. Such a brilliant idea. I'm sure all of us would love it. Would love something of this sort where we could go and get something repaired for free. Free वैसे भी हमारी country में बहुत पसंद है हम सबको. Okay, so basically another right to repair act requires automobile manufacturers to provide spare parts and diagnostic to buyers and even independent third party mechanics. ये तो अलग ही हो गया. Not in India for sure, जहाँ third party mechanic को they don't consider anything. They consider them to be destroyers. And you know, most of the times you would listen to stories by your parents कि मैंने 10 बार गाड़ी दी, मेरे सर्विस सेंटर पे ऑथराइज कुछ नहीं हुआ, एक मैकेनिक ने 10 मिनट में ठीक कर दिया उसको. सुनिए ऐसी स्टोरीज घर में मेरे साथ हुई है. Yeah, this is the case everywhere. I'm sure you've heard of these stories. कि इतनी बार हमने भेजा उसको सर्विस सेंटर पे, nothing happened, and then the local mechanic did it in 10 minutes. Is the experience that pays off, है ना? सुना है ना? Yes, these stories are very common in our country. The UK also introduced the path breaking right to repair in 2021 that makes it legally binding on manufacturers to provide spare parts open in the public, because I have a right to repair it either on my own or through a third party. Yes, correct. Now, so UK has the right to repair. Basically, do you think all of this is an indication to India to ensure that the right to repair is provided to us by the law? All of these are examples to state that our country is missing out on these. Oh yes, Shreya, sad. That's sad. Big companies often deploy mechanisms that practically forbid other enterprises to repair their products. Repetition of the same idea. Digital warranty cards, for instance. Yes, ये card आपका expire हो जाएगा if you go to a non-recognized outfit, and then when you come back to claim a warranty, the warranty will be lapsed. सबसे common example हमारे country में जो हमने देखा है. So to a service center of their choice, they should be able to go to a service center of their choice, providing access to spare parts and information, and that is much needed in our country. A well-drafted legislation will not only uphold the right to repair, but may aid in striking a much-needed balance between intellectual property and competitive laws, which are right now in a fix, in opposition to each other in our country. Tone of the author, everybody. What's the tone? Oh yes, Diya, you're right. Vanshika, you're pretty late, bache. You missed a very interesting article. Please watch the recorded video, okay? अच्छा देखो एक बार वीडियो टीम का मैसेज पढ़ लो एंड देन थैंक मी. Tone, expository, yes, analytical little bit but mostly expository and suggestive. नहीं बच्चे sarcasm नहीं है. पता है क्या होता है एक्चुअली ना, आप लोग इसलिए कंफ्यूज हो जाते हो बिकॉज while I'm teaching I joke so much that you genuinely think that the article is sarcastic or funny. Is it? It's suggestive and it's expository. It could be informative as well. Okay? It's not critical. All right? ठीक है. So basically every Friday now onwards at 10 a.m. I would not have my regular Hindu classes. I would have a revision of the last 6 months important articles. I would not teach them like I'm teaching the articles right now. I would share a brief, a one-liner, and I'll take roughly 2 to 3 articles which you have to read on your own later on. Okay? No, bache, not even a single line is critical. It's an indirect hinting that our country misses it and we need to ensure that that happens. So it's not basically criticism of our country, of the country's law as well. It's a suggestion that our country also needs laws like that. Okay? Shreya, got that, bache? Now let's move to the next article, everyone. Yes, suggestive, Rishabh, bilkul correct hai. So here we go with the second article. Oncology, the treatment of cancer. Okay. Now, okay guys, I will first apologize for taking this article, and I'm also sorry if this, God forbid, if there's a family member in your that you have who has been through the process of getting his or her cancer treated. So the article is not to trigger anything. The article is only to understand the development in the science of oncology, that is the treatment of cancer. Okay, so I'm sorry for that. If it triggers anything, it is not aimed at triggering any emotions. Something of this could appear in the examination, and that's exactly why the article makes a place here. Okay, now let's start with the article. Thank you, everyone. Daily editorial on Friday would not be taken. A revision would be taken. Yes, absolutely, Gulshan. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Important topic as well. Okay? Topics, articles, all of it. तो रिविजन कर लेंगे, देखते हैं हमने सब कुछ कवर अप किया है कि नहीं, कुछ मिस तो नहीं हो गया. That's the idea of the classes. ठीक है? चलिए, so आगे बढ़ते हैं. Basically, now let's, before we understand the article, let's go back to the history of cancer treatments. When you hear stories about cancer treatments, there's surgery and then there's radiation. These are two common treatments that were followed for many long years. Chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. These three things. Okay. Now, do you think every kind of cancer is same? Or every kind of blood cancer is same, or every kind of breast cancer is same? No, they aren't. Because the reasons could be different, the mutation could be different, the cells could be different. Basically, cancer is abnormal growth of a cell that's not desired. So, every cancer is different. Thus, there's a need for precision oncology. That is different kind of treatment for different people. Okay? Yes. So it means that every person who suffers from cancer has a different kind of cancer. Thus, they need a different treatment. Okay. Now, cancer is global health challenge that accounts for 1/6 of the annual deaths globally. So we need to talk about that. We can't dodge it all the time, because 1/6 of the annual deaths are because of cancer. It is difficult to understand illness with potentially fatal implications. Oncology treatments are ever evolving because science and development हो रहा है, challenging the concept of one size fits all and generalization. Not one size fits all in cancer. सबके साथ same treatment नहीं चल सकता. Progress in cancer care has brought hope to cancer patients over the last 2 decades, courtesy the scientists and oncologists' capacity to better comprehend cancer biology and devise treatment plans based on that knowledge. So, when somebody goes and speaks to a doctor, sir, ये मुझे cancer क्यों हुआ? Do you think the doctor has an answer? 99% of the times, the doctor will not have an answer. Because there could be thousands of reasons or there could be none. Still, a person may suffer from cancer. There are thousands of reasons. Okay? And lately, there is a lot of development in oncology because scientists and oncologists know the disease better, know the causes better, and thus know the treatment better as well. Because each person is unique and so is their cancer. At basic level, cancer is a disease caused by uncontrolled cell proliferation. Of course, so usually वो किसी नोड्यूल के फॉर्म में होता है या किसी बल्ज के फॉर्म में होता है, या किसी अनकंट्रोल्ड ग्रोथ से ट्यूमर के फॉर्म में होता है, एंड thus it is caused by abnormalities in the genomic makeup and mechanism. There could be many reasons. It could be mutation, deletion, gene amplification, or external sources like tobacco, alcohol, chemicals, infections, and radiations. It could be many reasons. And these are only few of them to mention. Pollution, pesticides, insecticides, toilet cleaners, the fumes coming out of artificial perfumes, anything can cause cancer around us. Precision medicine is a concept that entails designing a personalized cancer treatment strategy based on a thorough understanding that has given birth to this disease. That is, अगर एक person suffer करता है cancer से, what is the cause? And when you know the cause, you know the steps ahead, you know the treatment that is to follow. Yes, it is Samarth. See, Shreya, that's the whole logic. Most of the times, the doctors would not be able to tell you. अरे बच्चों, बच्चे ऐसे बातें मत करो, मेरे लिए आर्टिकल लेना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. प्लीज इसको हम आर्टिकल की तरह पढ़ते हैं, है ना? If there's anybody who you know is suffering, I pray from God that they recover very soon. Yes, but let's read this only like an article that might come up in the examination. ठीक है? Okay. Precision medicine, नहीं. Novel treatment approaches are being explored to enhance. चलो मैं आपको एक example देती हूँ. Let me deviate you from the monotony here. ठीक है? पहले क्या होता था? Cancer treatment में it was surgery, chemotherapy and radiation. So there's a new treatment that has come up where every day you take a slight dose of a medication, and that medication will ensure that and that is after the cancer has been treated, and that is a daily medication that you have to take. It's a tablet that you take that will ensure that even if the cancer cell crops up again, it is killed then and there. You don't wait for it to surmount the entire body and then the treatment would proceed. Now the whole point is that this tablet that I am talking about costs 250 rupees per tablet that you have to take daily. So if a cancer patient survives for 10 years, 10 into 365 into 250 is the amount that you have to pay. So precision medicine is making a landmark change in how cancer is being treated personally, individually, according to the patient, but the cost of these treatments, specifically in India, have shot up. Okay? Yes, it is so high, and then there are specific cancer, anti-cancer insurance that comes in the market. सब तरह के insurance आते हैं, this anti-cancer insurance that will ensure that your entire cancer treatment is covered up. Of course, the premium obviously would be higher. Okay? Yes. Yes. Exactly, Saki. That also does not come with any guarantee. So, let me take you here. This one, see. Targeted therapy and immunotherapy are two examples of novel therapeutic applications that are being utilized to enhance outcomes, improve survival, and make cancer treatment less morbid. That is, treatment ke baad the person would not die of cancer. Such medications are now being used to prevent cancer from returning, the tablet that I spoke about, in addition to improving outcome in advanced cancers. Although most of these medications are now available in India at reasonable cost, most of them, Immunotherapy remains prohibitively expensive. The same example I gave you. Immunotherapy is that avoids the reoccurring of cancer. So most of the cancer treatments, medications are cheap now. They're affordable. They're reasonable. But immunotherapy still remains expensive. Bringing clinical trials with these novel drugs into the country is the way to boost access. Clinical trials country में होगा तो immunotherapy भी cheap हो जाएगी. Genomic analysis and biomarker identification are so integral to cancer care. Yes, biomarker identification that ensures if there's any cell left, it identifies that. And genomic analysis as well, that they are going to become a mandatory part of diagnostic investigation. In India, it is not a mandatory part of diagnostic investigation. In foreign countries, it is. Every year, a person has to get a diagnostic investigation mandatorily where biomarker and genomic analysis is done. That will ensure that even if you have a slight chance of contracting cancer, it is identified earlier in the beginning. The objective of the endeavor is to lower the cost of such testing and make them routine so that informed decision making becomes the rule rather than an exception. ये हमारी country में अभी needed है. What's the tone of the author, everyone? What's the tone, everyone? Oh yes, Dia, but that kind of situation is rare though. What's the tone? The two tube lights as a reflection on my face, they look like I'm crying. The lights that I have in my studio. It's explanatory. Is it? It's concerning. It's certainly concerning. Shreya, the day you're done with your examination, go. Go solo, just go. It's concerning and it's informative. Yeah. Both of it. Okay. So that was the article. Let me share today's Hindu Indian Express Aeon and let's see what is important today. देखो आज हिंदू में क्या आया है, क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है. Oh no, why this? Just a minute. All right, so here we go. My class at 12:30 would happen. We will discuss a mock test. Make sure you don't miss out on that. When did I get my specs? I've been wearing specs for the last 15 years of my life. देखो अभी हम बात कर रहे थे और LIC का ऐड आ गया. Okay. I love this. I'm going to take this tomorrow. Better you don't read that. Yeah, this is also important. Yes. Yes. Skim. Rather leave. छोड़ भी सकते हो. Skim. Don't read this. क्या क्या होता रहता है देखना. Yeah, this is very good. Leave this, okay? Text and context. Aaj Hindu is full of good articles. This is good. Hostile takeover. I love this. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Please read this. Otherwise, I'm going to take this tomorrow. मैं क्या क्या ले लूंगी कल देखते हैं. I'm not trying to buy anything. I don't know why. देखो मुझे कोर्स भी दे रहे हैं ये लोग. Okay. Towards a peaceful, stable Northeast scheme, making the most of greater fiscal space scheme, chopsticks that deliver saltiness to the mouth using electricity. What? Read this. There is a no debate in parliament. Leave. Counting all those who died of COVID scheme. Rejecting the behalfism of the elites scheme. That's all from today. एयन भी देख लेते हैं एक बार, गार्डियन भी देख लेते हैं. Oh, if you love political science, this is it for you. I would love to read this article. You should also. I don't think anything is really important here. That's all. Okay, that is all. So I shall see you at 12:30, everyone. No, 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 no. 12:30. 12:30. The BBA class. Stuti, on the BBA channel, BBA YouTube platform of BYJU'S Exam Prep, I'll take a mock analysis. You can solve the mock with me there. Okay. So that is all for today, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a very good day. See you at 12:30.